when it's dark outside, dangerous, wet. Then he is in his element. Timo Glock, Rain Man. A rain specialist, they say, is just something you are or you're not. He has this talent, this feeling for the extreme. He's had it ever since he was caught by a fascination for speed as a boy.
The first time when I jumped in a go-kart and I drove, it was in wet conditions, and I drove until the fuel tank was empty, and just had so much fun to drive in rain in the wet conditions, to slide around, to go to the limit, because it's quite tricky under these conditions. And in all the races what I did so far in Formula 3, I won all the wet races, and it's just good fun.
Having fun when others might prefer to be indoors, Timo Glock, no fear and blazing fast. No matter if it was in karting, Formula 3 or GP2, he was among the favourites in any weather. But when it rained, he was the star. The secret in the wet, adapting quickly, and intuition.
It's just like driving on the motorway behind 20 cars, and they're all really close together, and bringing the spray up where you can see nothing. And at the end, the point is for us as a Formula 1 driver, when it's raining on the motorway, it's just easy to see, because it's 10 times worse in a Formula 1 car, because of the aerodynamics. They just bring the spray up, the water up so much that it's just not possible to see. And in the race you do maybe 5 to 6 laps nearly blind, and like 2-3 seconds slower than normal, and you just have to feel to recognize the track where you are, and it's quite difficult.
Wet races in 2009 are different for two major reasons. The cars will be significantly slower on rain tyres. The reason, while in the dry the reduced aerodynamic grip has been compensated by the introduction of slicks, rain tyres are the same as last year. Also, if it rains, it's possible to stay out longer on slicks than on groove tyres because of their larger contact patch. Both these changes are playing into the strategist's hands.
It will be a bit more like a poker game this year, because the possibility is there to stay out longer than last year, for example. And when you have changing conditions, like it's raining and then a couple of laps later on the sun is coming out again, you could play the game to stay out and just save one stop, or let's say 2 stops at the end. And that could be a big strategy point for this year.
A poker game in the wet. Quick reactions, a cool hand, and teamwork. To succeed in the rain, all pieces have to fall into place. When is the time to play your hand? When to react? Strategy in wet races is a team effort in which the driver is vital.
The driver is the only guy who can challenge the track to see if it's still possible to stay out on slick tires or not. And in these conditions, the driver makes the difference and gives the call when we have to do the pit stop. But when you have normal strategy calls from the pit stops, I think it's more done from the pits, from the engineers, because they have all the information, they have all the data, they have all the gaps between the drivers, so they can decide when it's clever to do the pit stop.
Come rain or shine, he has the feeling for the right decision, the best conditions, and the perfect moment. To excel in the wet, they say, is something you can't learn. But Timo Glock doesn't need to. When it rains, he shines.